Welcome to my channel AI Basics with AK. Here we are with another new episode, Dictionaries. Let's directly jump into our episode. Oh, it has to be episode 10. I'll correct it. Episode 10, Dictionaries. So, for today, okay, I think I have not changed it out. I think this also has to be the list dictionary operations. Okay, it's not list operations. I think I just copied the headings when I'm trying to replicate these slides. But by the time when you access these links, these corrections will get rectified. So for today's episode, we will discuss a dictionary, how to declare a dictionary, and its some basic operations, and then dictionary comprehensions in the same way how we have seen the list comprehensions in our previous episode. Why waste time? Let's directly jump into our content. So how do we declare an dictionary? So the dictionary always has two aspects. This is a key and this is a value. So it's something like an index. You can always refer that you are already declaring an index and its address and then its value, like name. Okay, what does name contain? Arun Kaundinya. What does an age contain? 37. And what does birth country? India. So this becomes a dictionary. So how do you declare a dictionary? Using the curly brackets. So when you print my dictionary, it's also prints in the same way, using a key and a value. A key and a value. A key and a value. So when we type, when we want to check what type is my dictionary, it actually showcases as a dictionary. So in our list operations, we have learned that we want to discuss, we want to extract the list using indices, right? Addresses. Say for example, when we want to extract the same dictionary using an index 0, because assuming it out, this is the 0th address and this is the first address and the second address, it gives an error here, a key error here. This is an error. It's saying I cannot perform these operations. There is nothing called an address 0. Why? Because here there is nothing called an address 0. Address is actually the name, age and birth country. So you have to give that address value very clearly. My dictionary, who lives in this address age? So it says that 37. Say for example, I can add a new address and give a new value to it using this operation. My dict in this love address, okay, which is nothing but key, okay, it's better to call this as a key. Love is the new key, and then the value, okay, is life. When you print the dictionary again, you will see that this is a key and the life is a value here. Beautiful, right? So basically, when you want to create a dictionary, there are two parameters. One is a key and the second parameter is a value. You always declare the dictionary in this pair format, that is a key and a value. How do you extract a particular value? By referring it to its key. Okay, now let's go by declaring it in another format. Here we have declared the dictionary as an index format, like how we have thought about it. So when you declare directly as 0 and 1, you can directly extract the dictionary using the same function. Here it has not thrown any error because the 0 is already defined in the dictionary key, where 0, the actual address is the letters 0. It's a word 0. Similarly 1, it's who lives there, it's actually the word 1. Also, you can create a dictionary instead of curly brackets using a keyword dict. How do you declare it? With a parenthesis. You have to declare a name. This is again a key. These both are my keys. And then you have to use an assignment operator and then declare their particular values. Automatically, the dictionary gets created. Okay. However, here you cannot use a numerical value that have defined here, because when you're using this dict operations, you have to use some alphanumeric kind of a thing rather than just numeric. Okay. So that's more about the introduction of a dictionary. Let's also see further examples how we can typecast a dictionary. Say for example, we have a declared list. Say for example, can we convert this list into a dictionary, assuming that this is my key and a value? No, we cannot convert that. For that, you have to create a list of lists. So here, what we are trying to say is that this is a list of lists, and then this list, this is a key. Assuming it out, this is a value. Similarly, this is a key and this is a value. Similarly, this is a key and this is a value. Now, when we convert this using a keyword dictionary of this my list, automatically this gets created as a key and a value, key and a value, key and a value. However, here we have different keys. Assuming it out, we have the same key. If the key is only one, then it stores the final value that gets updated. Here the final value is t. You can see the same example here, like when we have a same key 1, 2 for all these three lists, but it only stores the final key value that gets stored. So it gets stored as key and value as 1 and value as 4. So ideally, I have not used it, but this is just one of where you can convert a list into a dictionary, but I have used seldom. Maybe this, maybe in future I might be using it. I have to still explore it. So now coming to our dictionary operations. Here, it's very beautiful. Here we are trying to create a dictionary with 5 fruits. All fruits, I love all these fruits. Apple, we have 5 apples, 7 bananas, 3 oranges, and 10 kiwi. So this is my first list operation I'm trying to ask. Okay. Do we have an apple in dummy dictionary? And it says true. And then I'm asking here, does Arun is there in this dummy dictionary? It says false. No, it's not there. So what it is checking is that this, when we are using apple in dummy dictionary, it is trying to check these keys. Okay. And when we are checking the length of a dictionary, ideally it checks the length of my keys. Okay, so when we're trying to print dummy dictionary.keys, okay, here we have the keys gets printed here, dummy dict.keys. Similarly, when I'm printing dummy dict.values, it particular dummy dictionary values gets printed, which is 5, 7, 3, and 10. When I'm printing dummy dict.items, okay, a pair of lists, okay, within a parenthesis getting created here. If you can see it out here, apple comma 5, banana comma 7, oranges comma 3, and kiwi dot 10. This is particularly useful for using for loops, because if you can see in this example here, I can, because this is nothing but a list, right? And this list has 2 elements, which is nothing but my key and a value. So when I want to loop these values of a dictionary, I can try to loop using this dummy dict items, where I can extract both key and value both at the same time. So here what I'm trying to write here a function is that for key comma value in dummy dict items, I'm trying to print key and value with apple and its corresponding value 5, banana and its corresponding value 5, 7, orange with corresponding value 3, and kiwi with corresponding value 10. Now the same thing can be declared in a very beautiful way by using a single statement, where I'm using a print, where I'm saying key and its value, and this particular value, which we already have seen in our string operations as well, and beautifully mentions key is apple and value is banana. Now to this dummy dictionary, now I am actually adding another fruit, blackberries, and how many blackberries do I have? 50. Beautiful, right? And I have added to this automatically. Now I am created a new dict with blueberries, grapes, and watermelons, and then I'm trying to add both dummy dict and then new dictionary. These are not getting added, right? In the earlier list operations, when we are trying to add two lists, it gets added. And then we have learned in another operations in our previous episode, when we are trying to add two lists, we can also use an extend. However, when we are trying to use, for a dictionary, we have to use update. So what we are trying to say is that the original dictionary, you have to update or add or append these elements of this new dictionary. So automatically the new elements, like that is blueberries, grapes, and watermelons, gets added. And also, instead of actually referring to a particular address, you can also refer the dummy dictionary using a particular key using get variable, like dummy dictionary got get, and then particular its address element, that is watermelon, it prints its corresponding value also. Say for example, you want to clear this dictionary, you have to mention it clear, and automatically the empty list gets created. Now let's get into the dictionary comprehensions, which is very beautiful. Say for example, I have a long sentence. The cat lounged lazily on the sunlit windowsill, purring contentedly. Now the letters under focus is A, E, I, O, U. So what I want is that I want to count the number of vowels in the above sentence. How do I do that? When we have learned in our string operations, all we have to do is that sentence.count. It prints its corresponding, how many A's are there in this entire sentence? 2. How many E's are there in this entire sentence? 5. How many O's are there in this entire sentence? 4. How many U's are there in this entire sentence? 3. Now, instead of actually writing 5 statements, I can use a for loop where I can say for letters in focus, just print those particular letters and then the word count of the sentence. Automatically this gets created. So it looks very like a dictionary, right? Say for example, if I want to store this automatically into a dictionary, I can create in this format for letters in focus, which is this one, and then I'm trying to use my dictionary here, where I'm mentioning as letter, which is my key, and then sentence count dot letter, which is my value, where I'm trying to mention that particular outcome in the former part of that, and then I'm closing this entire piece in a bracket. So automatically a dictionary gets created with a key, which is my letters, and then sentence dot count letter with its value automatically. And then say for example, when I updated a new letter focus B here, even though it is not there, automatically it gives the word count of B as 0, and this entire thing gets stored in a dictionary here. So how does this dictionary comprehension work? You use the first statements at a later part of it, and then whatever you write underneath this first statement, you write before it, and then you use its particular parenthesis. If you use a square brackets in our previous episode, it becomes a list comprehension. If you use a curly brackets along its formats, it becomes a dictionary operations. Beautiful, right? We have gone through a lot of concepts in this episode, and we will dwell all these examples even in our demo session. As usual, If you want to go through all these examples, just click here, and then you can see all these examples that we have seen. And then if you want to practice it, please do practice it. Coming back, if you want to, so the homework for this episode is that we have given an inventory for you an apples of 20 apples, 15 bananas, and 30 oranges. So just add 10 apples to this inventory, remove oranges from the inventory, check if bananas are present in the inventory, print total number of items in the inventory, okay, not the keys, total number of items, count of items, okay, print a list of all fruits in the inventory, okay, you can use keys directly. Now, the second question is very simple. Now create a dictionary comprehension that counts the occurrence of each letter in the word banana. So the sentence is banana and the words is only we have 3 words, that is A, B and N. So how many times each words occur? So you have to print that result in a dictionary. That's it for the content. Let's directly jump into our demo. See you there. So let's perform the same examples that we have seen in our slides. First, let's create an empty dictionary. How do you create an empty dictionary? Either you create in this way, which is a dictionary. An empty dictionary got created, like how you have declared it here. Let's also check it out whether you can create it in this manner. Yes, you can see that automatically a dictionary got created even with the key variable date. Cool, right? Now let's create a fruits inventory that we have seen it in our slides. So let's create fruit wherein the first fruit that I love it is apple, and assume that I have 100 apples. Okay, it's too much. I think I don't have 100 apples. I have just 10 apples. And I have banana. Actually, I'm seeing it in my tabletop. Now there are 2 bananas. How many oranges right now I have it? 0. And blackberries, I have, I think, 20 of them, small ones. And kiwis, I think I have ate them all. It's 0. And finally, avocado. Not make it quite avocado, but yeah, it's just avocado. How many of them I have it right now? It's 0. So here you can see that a fruits inventory got created where the key is an apple and value is 10. Now let's access these elements. So let's print fruits inventory with 0. It should throw an error, right? Yes. It says there is a key error, but right now let's replace that with kiwi. The moment you mentioned kiwi, it says that it's 0. Now let's say that my friend has gone to the supermarket and then bought some kiwis, say 4 of them. Now when you have just assigned the fruits inventory dictionary with an index value, that is key of kiwi, with a value of 4, automatically the original fruits inventory dictionary got updated exactly at an kiwi position. Let's assume that my friend also got oranges, 3 of them, and 1 avocado. And along with that, assume that he also bought a watermelon, a big watermelon, but just that's one. So in this way, we have updated our fruits inventory. Beautiful, right? Now let's ask whether watermelon, watermelon is in my fruits inventory. It says that yes, it's there, which is true. Now let's ask whether chicken is not fruit inventory, right? It says false. That's awesome, right? Now let's find the length of it. How do you identify the length of it? It's very simple. Length of fruits inventory. How many fruits we have it? Total 7 fruits we have it. And what fruits do we have it? It's just you can directly use keys. So we have to put more length. Now it says that we have these fruits, which is apple, banana, oranges, blackberries, kiwi, avocado, and watermelon. Now let's use what we have learned, which is dict items, and then extract both key and the value using dict items. So for key comma value in fruits dot inventory dot items. Now set print fruit name is key comma we have comma value of them. You can see here on the right hand side, the fruit name is apple, and then we have 10 of them. So accordingly, we have extracted using dictionary and then represented in each and every sentence that we want to wish for. Beautiful, right? Now let's create some dictionary combinations. The same thing, that maybe a different example. Say that we have a sentence. Let's see. Okay. Let us learn Python programming. And then say, for example, we want to extract the number of letters. Maybe let's count how many letters of them. So there is another which we are not discussing in this session. So say, for example, when you mention set of sentence, automatically unique letters gets printed. Say, for example, let's convert this into a small letter as well. Now when we print this, automatically the unique letter gets printed, including space. Now let's use the set as our letters, and then let's count how many of these unique letters are there in the sentence. Using, first let's print it out, and then we will use dictionary comprehensions. So for letters in, what is our focus letters, which is this one, set sentence. Let's print it out, you will understand. You can see that we have extracted those letters. Now what we have to do it here, we should not print the letters, but however we have to count. So you have to sentence dot count letters. Now you have extracted these ones, right? Now you can always mention as letters comma sentence, where each letter, it says that okay, the letter L appears 2 times, the letter I appears 2 times, letter P appears 2 times. Now let's convert the same thing into a dictionary comprehension. How do you do that? First let's write this first statement, which is goes here, and then before that whatever we have written, that goes in a dictionary format. Letters colon and then this one. Automatically this got created Okay, we have assigned this into a value. So for example, I'm creating a value here. Automatically, if you can see it up here, a dictionary got created. You want to ensure that is this a dictionary, all you have to do is the type value and then let's print this out. You can see here there is a class of dictionary, and then we have extracted in the same way, wherein letter L appears 2 times, letter I appears once, letter T appears 2 times, etc. etc. Beautiful, right? So yes, this is all about dictionaries. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you do enjoy it, please do subscribe and then share your comments and your feelings on this episode as well as on this entire playlist. Thanks a lot. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.